See? Greetings and salutations, guys, gals, and transvestite. It's your sassy, yet sensitive savage. WauwautosaTufGuy, I paid a guy in Arby's roast beef sandwiches to get my son Blanket into Milwaukee Area Technical College because he had trouble spelling his name on a regular basis. Tough Guy, and I am here to do a review on the indie game Ape Out. That was my monkey ape impression. And everyone, I want to say thank you. I'm so glad all of you are standing behind me despite the drama. You know, they are taking down Aunt Becky and the desperate housewives lady. But they can't touch me, y'all. They can't touch me. Yeah, you might as well call me Willie Teflon Clinton because they can't get nothing to stick on me. No sirree, Bob. I mean, geez Louise, I was just trying to get my oldest child a step up in life. Is that so wrong? Shame on me if I wanted him to attend the fourth best dental technician school in Milwaukee. Anyways, enough of that, enough of my personal life. Let's talk about Ape Out. Hey, who did that? Who put a picture of Shaq Fu up there? Nerd bombers! Okay, so Ape Out. It was a game initially, how do you say that word? Initially. Yes, there we go. I was hellified excited for the game. As all of you know, I have been searching up, down, high, low, anywhere for the spiritual successor to my beloved Hotline Miami, and I felt Ape Out had some potential. You know me, I do my research. Ape Out, it was supposed to be tough. It had great music, and it was supposed to have a nice amount of strategy, despite the game being pretty simple. Plus, it was reviewing doggone holy guacamole. Well, it was doing good. It's right now, it's sitting at an 83 on the Metacritic after over 60 reviews. So, I don't know, my opinion, I'm just gonna put it out there. The game had more hype than a 600-pounder at Burger King with 10 2-for-1 coupons. Woo-hoo! That's a lot of burgers. That's a lot of Whoppers. Okay, and you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I gotta admit, Ape Out, when I played it, first world even, it started off strong. Not steroids. So why am I showing my biceps? Just strong, okay? Richard Simmons, yeah. Went to the oldies. In Ape Out, Gorilla can either throw baddies into walls or off ledges. Gorilla can even grab meanies and use them as a human shield. Also, even if Gorilla times it right, the meanie you grab will take a shot off of his gun or his machine gun, and he will kill other jerks that are around you while you're holding him. This is great for crowd clearing, might I add. I tell ya, PETA would love this game because, you know, in Ape Out there isn't much story, but what I could tell is that the enemies in this game wanted to do bad things to Gorilla. Plus, I think in the high-rise level, all the people in the 30-story apartment complex wanted to rape Gorilla. I'm sorry, I'm just being honest. The way the game plays, that's what's happening. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't sugarcoat anything on my channel. I mean, let's be honest. Who would bring a massive primate into a 30-story apartment complex and put people with shotguns and machine guns to guard the thing? Who would do that? Yes, there is a fair amount of sexual deviancy going on in this game. I mean, it doesn't come right out and say it, but I'm no dummy. I can read between the lines. Bestiality. Okay, despite Ape Out starting strong, it just didn't evolve enough to impress me as much as I wanted. Sure, they added a few fuckers with bombs and rocket launchers, and the game took you to different zones, like a massive ship or a forest or like a shady zoo. Still, the 30-story apartment complex was my favorite. But overall, Ape Out just felt a bit repetitive for my liking. I mean, it was nowhere near as bad as Massacre, but I wanted more, and it just didn't seem to be as creative as I would have liked. Okay, yes. Also, another part that Ape Out screwed up on was not having online timed leaderboards. I know this may seem petty to some, and the levels are randomly generated. Oh, to some people that's a bad word. Since the levels are random, it would be tough to be objective, but still, having a clock where you could compare your time to the other Doltar that you're friends with adds a bit of replay value for some people. Some people, not me. What about you, Mitch? Oh, I didn't think so. Mitch isn't even here. Boy, do I feel dumb. Okay, now that you all know that I'm a school chief and an idiot, let's continue. So, while Ape Out didn't impress me in the gameplay department as much as I would have liked, what really did stand out was its music. And as a lot of you have known, if a game has a banging track, it can just up how much you like it. It can make it that much more memorable. And Hotline Miami had a banging track. I thought Metal Gear Solid 5 had a banging track. I didn't even know those songs. I wasn't even born. Well, I was born in the 80s. Actually, I wasn't. I'm 19 years old, so I wasn't born in the 80s. But, I didn't even know most of those songs because I was born in the mid-80s. So, anyway, what Ape Out does is it uses jazz. And whenever you 187 murder a fool, there would be this great sound effect to make the bloody, violent murders Gorilla just committed that much more merciless. I loved it. It made the hairs on my ass stand up, and those hairs did the whipping nay-nay. They liked it so much. And for someone that actually loves jazz, unlike me, well, this game might be your sleeper indie game of the year. I put it right off there. Yes, music can change a game that much. Another thing that was well done in this game was its art style. Now, don't get me wrong, the graphics in this game aren't good. They aren't even 8-bit Nintendo good. I almost compare it to the Atari 7800. But it works for this game. 100% it works. Blood and fire and debris would be littered across the environment, and you could even pick up legs and arms and titty implants and throw them at meanies with guns. And that would distract them for a second, which in this game is a great advantage. Overall, though, Ape Out just felt a little too basic for my liking. It was a basic bitch, and you all know old Tuffy Tuff don't fucks with no basic bitches, no siree, Bob. It's not a long game at all. I think the game took me 5 hours over their 4 worlds to finish, but it was starting to feel like I seen all the tricks the game had way before I got anywhere near the end, which isn't a good thing in a game that has no story to speak of. And its replay value was hurt by not having those time leaderboards I mentioned earlier. It just feels like a very bare bones game with a killer soundtrack. This game might have impressed me if it were released during the early PS3, Xbox 360 area, but 12 years later, with all the advances made in gaming, indie gaming especially, it just feels a little bit outdated in 2019. And that has nothing, and I mean nothing to do with its Atari-like graphics. Alright, so now let's get down to the nitty-gritty. The ape has armpits that smell nasty. If I had to rate the Nintendo Switch version of Ape Out, I would have to give it an 58 out of 100, which is decent according to the Tuffy Tuff Manifesto. And out of the 362 games I have played and rated in my P. Diddy bad boy life, Ape Out is my 267th favorite game of all time, right behind Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and the Sega Genesis version of Strider. That is right, the Sega Genesis version, not the remake from 4 years ago. Also, since Ape Out is my 267th favorite game of all time, that puts it right ahead of 2 Sega games. Streets of Rage 1. I like Streets of Rage 2. Streets of Rage 1, kind of repetitive. And Mystic Defender. I think I would have liked Mystic Defender a little bit more, but I was a little tight because the game was too hard for me, so I could never beat it. So yeah, that's why it's kind of low. Those are both Sega games, as I said. So yes, this game is being compared to a 25-year-old game. Anyway, there you have it, people. Ape Out is a decent game that you might want to try if it ever comes up for free or is at a super discount, or if you're a big old huge jazz fan. I mean, you really like the music, not like you're a morbidly obese jazz fan. Okay. But if you're not one of those 3 scenarios or people, I have trouble recommending the game because there are just so many great, amazing indie games out there that do what Ape Out does, but they do it better! Ugh. Shucks! I'm gonna put this out there. Ape Out isn't even the best ape game that has came out in the last year. That game goes to Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. I know it's kind of unfair to compare those two, but I'm just saying. Both games star an ape. There aren't a lot of games that star apes. And it's the second best one. Yeah. Okay. So those are my thoughts on Ape Out, the Switch version. But before I go, I am going to give you the best prize probably anyone's ever given you in your life. But I hope you're sitting down because if not, you might have a stroke like Luke Perry. Yeah, pretty serious. Are you ready? XOXO. Jazz is coming out before the feds come in for my economic crack. Woo!
Falling in love is such an easy thing to do. Birds can do it, we can do it. Let's stop talking, let's get to it. Let's fall in love.
Where is she answering? And who am I? That's not a secret I'll never tell. You know you love me. XOXO.